The Kansas City Chiefs just cranked up the heat, literally and figuratively. First day in full pads, and it didn't feel like practice. It felt like a warning shot to the rest of the league. Andy Reid picked the hottest day of camp to put his guys under pressure. Reps were brought in, contact was live, and from the very first snap, the message was clear. This isn't about easing in, it's about finding out who's built to last. What followed was pure chaos, the good kind. Players were hitting harder, yelling louder, and moving faster. Tempers flared, mistakes were exposed, the sidelines weren't quiet for a second. You could tell who was ready and who was falling behind. For young guys trying to make the roster, this wasn't just another drill, it was survival. And for vets, no one's spot is safe when things get this intense. But if you thought that was the headline, it wasn't, because right after that whistle blew, the run game took center stage. And what happened next? It sent a clear message through the entire depth chart. Don't forget to subscribe to Red Zone Report for more powerful NFL stories. Elijah Mitchell wasted no time making noise. First rep of the day, and he hit the hole like he was already in midseason form. No dancing, no hesitation. One cut, and he was gone. Even with limited contact, you could tell. His vision and burst are different. Coaches noticed, teammates noticed, and just like that, Mitchell put pressure on everyone else in that running back room. But the defense wasn't about to sit back and let the backs run wild. On the very next set of reps, Carson Steele tried to bounce one outside and got absolutely swallowed. The line plugged every gap. Safeties crashed hard. One of them read the cut perfectly and closed the door before Steele even had a chance to turn upfield. It wasn't just a stop. It was a statement. This is the kind of back and forth that matters in camp. You see who responds. You see who adjusts. Mitchell made a move. The defense hit back. And just when it looked like things might settle down, the offense brought out a new wrinkle. And that's where the misdirection magic started. The Chiefs' offense didn't just bounce back, they pulled a page straight from Andy Reid's playbook. Motion one way, roll out the other. Classic bootleg. Mahomes had 3 targets layered across the field. It was clean, sharp, and perfectly drawn up. He spotted Noah Gray on the cross and fired. The ball was on time, but the catch, that's where it got messy. Jaden Hicks jumped the route and got a hand in. Textbook coverage. The ball popped loose, and it looked like an incomplete pass. But out of nowhere, offensive lineman Mike Caliendo dove in and scooped it before it hit the turf. Heads turned. Coaches shouted. It wasn't the design that stood out. It was the reaction. That kind of awareness turns depth guys into roster locks. It was a wild rep, not pretty but unforgettable. And it proves something simple. Every player matters in moments like that. Because the big names draw the spotlight, but it's the backups making plays in chaos who keep earning reps. And one of those guys just might be next in line. Let's talk about him. Tyquan Thornton is quietly becoming one of the most watched names at camp. He's not just running with the first team, he's earning it. His speed is real, but it's the way he's moving through routes that's getting attention. There's no wasted motion, no second guessing. Mahomes is starting to look his way more often, and that only happens when the trust is building. On one set, Thornton lined up alongside Travis Kelce, Hollywood Brown, and Pacheco, a loaded group. The defense shifted into zone and Mahomes went to work. He used his eyes to hold the safety, then fired a strike up the sideline to Kelce. The play moved the chains, but the real story was the spacing. Thornton's route pulled attention and opened the window. That's the kind of impact that doesn't always show in stats, but coaches see it right away. He's stacking good days. No flash, no noise. Just clean football. And in a room full of weapons, Thornton is starting to carve out a role that could stick. But if you thought the defense was done testing these guys, think again. What happened next reminded everyone that turnovers don't take breaks. Just when the offense looked like it was finding rhythm, the defense made sure to remind everyone they're not backing down. Leo Chenal read a play like a veteran safety. Mahomes dropped back, looking to go deep on a triple cross concept. Thornton had a step. The ball was on target, but Chenal dropped into his zone, jumped at the perfect time, tipped the pass, and came down with the pick. No celebration, just business. It wasn't just the interception that stood out. It was the timing, the awareness, and how cleanly he finished the play. That's the kind of rep that doesn't fade after practice. It gets circled in film rooms. Coaches remember it, and in a tight linebacker competition, plays like that start to separate guys who fly around from guys who actually close. And Jaden Hicks wasn't done either. After nearly breaking up a pass earlier, he kept showing up in all the right spots. Tight coverage, quick reactions, and smart reads at the catch point. He's not just making plays, he's making a case. And while the defense built momentum, a young receiver saw his window open and ran straight through it. With Rice expected to miss time, Jaylen Royals is wasting no opportunity. The Chiefs gave him real looks with the first team, and he's making them count. On a bootleg misdirection play, Royals flowed across the field, caught the ball in stride, and picked up a big gain. It was smooth, fast, and exactly the kind of rep that turns heads during camp. Later in team drills, the offense isolated Royals in man coverage. Matched up against safety Mike Edwards, he didn't just win, he cooked him. Separation within 3 steps, no wasted movement. That kind of burst doesn't lie. And when defenses try to get clever by throwing safeties on wideouts, it's plays like these that make them pay. Royals look confident, ready, and completely locked in. What's making the difference is consistency. He's not just having one good moment, he's stacking reps, showing up across drills, and playing with the kind of urgency that coaches love. He's in the mix now, and every snap is making it harder to leave him off the field. But while he shines, there's a bigger question building. Who else in this receiver group is ready to step up and keep their spot? While Royals grabs the spotlight, the rest of the receiver room is locked in a tight race. Juju Smith-Schuster is still here, working to regain rhythm and remind the staff what he brings. Sky Moore is getting more reps too, staying active with the second unit and showing flashes when given the chance. These aren't just warm-up snaps, they're real auditions, and nobody's position is guaranteed. The Chiefs aren't leaning on one guy to replace Rice, it's a full committee approach. That means every rep, whether it's in 7-on-7s or full team drills, could be the one that changes someone's role. Justin Watson, Sky Moore, even lesser-known names, they're all getting chances, and coaches are watching closely to see who rises and who fades. It's not loud, there's no drama, but the pressure is there. One mistake, one drop ball, one lazy route, and someone else gets the shot. That's what makes this part of camp so real. While fans look for breakout stars, the depth chart is being reshaped rep by rep. But even in this wideout war, one truth is clear. The defense is setting the tone every single day. With all the battles happening on offense, it's the defense that's quietly taking over camp. They're flying to the ball, reading plays early, and bringing real energy on every snap. It's not just about big hits, it's about timing, positioning, and how quickly they react. From the line to the secondary, the entire unit looks sharp. They're not just competing, they're controlling the pace. Even Travis Kelce had his hands full. He made a few solid grabs, but also lost one to a forced fumble. That's how tight the coverage has been. Mahomes still looks sharp overall, but nothing has come easy. Every throw, every read, every gain, the defense is making them work for it. And that's exactly what this camp needed. Real, relentless pressure. What's clear now is that the Chiefs aren't just building talent, they're building identity. The offense is adjusting without Rice. The young receivers are getting tested, but it's the defense that's leaving a mark. They're faster, tougher, and already looking like a unit that can carry weight when it matters most. If this pace keeps up, it's not just another camp, it's the foundation for something serious.